Liam stood before the massive hangar doors, the deed trembling slightly in his hands. 1 credit, that's all it had cost him at the government auction. The entire structure, sitting on the edge of the forgotten military district of New Terra Station, had been his for less than the price of a sandwich. "You're insane," Eva said, her boots crunching on the rust-covered ground as she approached. She was his business partner, the practical one, the voice of reason that Liam consistently ignored. Nobody sells a hangar this size for 1 credit unless there's something very, very wrong with it. Liam grinned, his weathered face creasing with excitement. That's what makes it an opportunity. The listing said it contained an old warship, even as scrap, that's worth millions. Eva crossed her arms, her cybernetic eye worry as it scanned the structure. The listing also had 17 warnings, 3 liability waivers, and a psychological evaluation requirement that you somehow passed. Technicalities, Liam muttered, pressing his palm against the access panel. The doors groaned, decades of disuse evident in every grinding gear. Slowly, painfully, they began to open. The interior was darkness incarnate. Their helmet lights cut through the gloom, revealing a space so vast that the beams disappeared into nothing. As they stepped inside, motion sensors flickered to life, ancient lighting systems struggling to illuminate the hangar, and there it was. The warship sat like a sleeping giant, its hull scarred and pitted from countless battles. It was enormous, easily 300 meters long, bristling with weapon mounts that had long since been stripped. Liam recognized the design immediately, a Terran dreadnought, one of humanity's first deep space warships from the expansion era. "She's beautiful," Liam whispered. "She's a corpse," Eva corrected, but even she couldn't hide the awe in her voice. "These things haven't flown in 2 centuries. They approached the vessel slowly, their footsteps echoing in the cavernous space. Liam's hand reached out to touch the hull, feeling the cold metal beneath his glove. This ship had seen humanity's first contact with alien civilizations. It had defended colony worlds. It had a sound stopped him cold, that it was barely audible at first, a whisper of movement in the darkness beyond their lights. Ava's hand went immediately to her sidearm. "Did you hear that?" she hissed. Liam nodded, his excitement replaced by something colder. He expanded his helmet light's range, sweeping it across the hangar. Nothing, just shadows. And the light caught something. A reflection, too quick, too deliberate to be anything but intentional. "We're not alone," Eva said. The temperature dropped. Liam could see his breath fogging inside his helmet. Around them, the ancient lighting began to flicker in patterns not random, but sequential, deliberate. Something was controlling them. Then they heard it. A voice, crackling through their helmet coms, speaking in a language that made their translation software struggle. "Unauthorized presence detected. Initiating Guardian protocols." Guardian protocols. Liam spun, searching for the source. "This hangar's been abandoned for the warships." Running lights suddenly blazed to life. Red emergency lights bathed everything in crimson, and from the shadows beneath the dreadnought's hull, something moved. It was massive. At first, Liam thought it was another ship, but as it emerged into the light, he realized the horrible truth. It was a war machine, but unlike anything in modern databases. 20 meters tall, humanoid in shape, but clearly not human in origin. Its armor was organic and mechanical simultaneously, flowing like liquid metal, pulsing with bioluminescent veins. Eva grabbed Liam's arm. "That's a keeper." Liam's blood ran cold. He knew the legends. Everyone did. During the expansion era, humanity had encountered the architects, an ancient race that left behind guardians for their most important sites. Keepers were supposedly myth, horror stories to keep scavengers away from restricted zones, but this was no myth. The keeper's head turned toward them, and where eyes should be, there was only swirling darkness that seemed to pull at their sanity. When it spoke, the voice bypassed their comms entirely, resonating directly in their skulls. "This vessel is not yours to claim. It is not salvage. It is a monument. It is a warning." Liam found his voice. We purchased this hangar legally. We have documentation. Your species' concept of ownership is irrelevant." The keeper took a step forward, each footfall shaking the entire structure. "This ship witnessed the first war, the one you do not remember, the one that saved your species from extinction before you even knew you were threatened." Ava's tactical mind was racing. "The first war. The official records say first contact was peaceful. Your records are incomplete." "Deliberately so." The keeper gestured toward the dreadnought, and suddenly, holographic projections filled the hangar. They showed the ship in battle, fighting against creatures that defied description, things that existed partially in their dimension and partially in others. This vessel and others like it fought entities that would have consumed your homeworld. The war was erased from history to prevent panic, to let humanity grow without fear. But the Guardians remained. We always remain. Liam watched the battle play out, seeing the dreadnought take damage that should have destroyed it, seeing crew members his ancestors fighting with a desperation he'd never imagined. "You've been here the whole time?" he asked. "For 200 years. Time means little to us. We were created to guard what must not be forgotten, but also what must not be disturbed." The keeper's form began to shift, becoming less solid, more ethereal. "You wanted this hangar for profit, but some things have value beyond currency." Eva stepped forward, surprising even herself. "Then teach us. If this history is important, hiding it serves no purpose." The keeper paused, considering. For a long moment, silence filled the hangar. "Your species has matured since we were last activated. Perhaps you are ready." The keeper extended what might have been a hand. "The ship is indeed junk, as your advertisement stated. Its weapons are gone, its drives dead, but its memory core remains intact. Every battle, every decision, every sacrifice." Liam understood. "You want us to preserve it, to tell the real story. I want you to understand what it means to be human, to see that your species earned its place among the stars not through conquest, but through the willingness to stand against the incomprehensible." The keeper began to fade, its form dissipating like smoke. "The hangar is yours, the ship is yours, but the responsibility, that is everyone's." As the Guardian vanished completely, the emergency lights dimmed, returning to normal. Eva and Liam stood in stunned silence, staring at the ancient dreadnought with new eyes. So Eva finally said, "Still think it was a good deal for one credit." Liam laughed, a sound edged with hysteria and wonder. "I think we just became the custodians of humanity's greatest secret." They approached the ship again, but this time with reverence. The hangar had cost 1 credit, but what they'd found, what they'd been trusted with, was beyond any price. In the darkness, watching from spaces between dimensions, the keeper observed, humanity had passed another test, and perhaps, just perhaps, they were finally ready for the truths that had been hidden for so long.